The Acutrak family of screws, the first in the industry to feature continuously variable threaded pitch design, is an example of Acumed's commitment to our four foundations of excellence: innovation, education, quality, and evidence.
Joshua, thank you for joining me today. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your role here at Acumed.
My name is Joshua Johnson. I'm the Executive Director of Manufacturing here at Acumed. I've been in the medical device industry for a little over a decade, but I've been in operations leadership roles for 2 decades.
It's a small world in medical devices. What did you hear about Acumed or the Accutrax screw before joining Acumed?
So I heard about Acumed when I was working for a competitor while that competitor was developing their Me Too version of the Accutrax screw.
Joshua, what separates Acumed and the Accutrax screw from the competition?
Two major things separate Acumed and the Accutrax screw from the competition. For the Accutrax screw, it's clearly the continuously variable pitch. And for Acumed, it's the manufacturing and the care and the quality of our products. So Acumed has a long withstanding history of manufacturing excellence, and that's really showcased through the Accutrax screw with the amount of care and attention to detail and the process controls put in its production. Any given screw can see dozens of hands touch it across the manufacturing process, and that could be anywhere from machinists to finishers, to inspectors, to packagers, and then the individuals that put it into our inventory. Quality is one of our foundations of excellence, and in the production of the Accutrax screw, it's paramount. In that, one of the things that we're most proud of, besides our process controls, that are visual inspection, our dimensional metrology, any person, any one of those hands that I mentioned that touches the screws can stop a work order if we feel it's not meeting our stringent quality requirements.
So Joshua, you've been in the industry quite a few years, seen a lot of different screws being manufactured. How is this screw different in terms of complexity in manufacturing?
The Accutrax screw has a very novel manufacturing solution in order to address the design intent brought to us. In order to get it into the manufacturing environment, it required the efforts of several experienced individuals, particularly with the novel machining methodologies used.
So Joshua, tell me about the importance of the relationship between design engineers and manufacturing engineers when developing a product like the Accutrax screw.
So when developing a product like the Accutrax screw, R&D and manufacturing are hand in hand with our quality partners with a concurrent engineering approach, meaning we're involved from the very, very beginning to ensure that the design intent that is created is able to be produced. So Milton, when you and your team, working with surgeon and other cross-functional partners, are releasing a product to manufacturing, what goes into ensuring that's ready to be produced?
First, most importantly, it's a set of specifications. And they can't be a surprise to your team, right? And it's specifications that should have been reviewed and worked on in parallel with the manufacturing engineers, making sure that there's a dialogue between the two, looking at cost, looking at design for manufacturability, looking at, are we going to make this internally, or are we going to make it externally? So a lot of decisions are being made up until the point that that's being transferred. They're looking at inspection. Can it be inspected? How do we inspect it? They're looking at material. They're looking at tolerances. How are we going to make this? Can we make it? So by the point we reach transfer, those questions should have been answered. We should have been looking for solutions to some of the problems we encountered up front. And that concurrent engineering really helps that relationship between engineering and manufacturing.
So how important is the partnership between manufacturing and R&D for Acumed's upcoming decade of innovation?
I think it's of the utmost importance. We've talked before, Joshua, about the relationship between manufacturing and R&D and how it needs to be a true partnership from concept all the way through commercialization. I think the later that partnership starts, the harder it is and the more painful it is to get a product to market. The conversations that we have early around concept help us avoid some of the pitfalls down the way, whether it's tolerancing, whether it's inspection, or how are we going to even make a part. I'm very excited about what's to come. We have a very strong development portfolio, a lot of new products that will be coming to market over this next decade of innovation, and a lot of products that will be differentiating and addressing unmet clinical needs, improving patient outcomes. Accutrax screw is just one piece of our decade of innovation, but there's a lot of opportunity and looking forward to the next 10 years. How does Acumed's mission feed into the creation of products like the Accutrax screw?
The Accutrax screw is the pinnacle of Acumed's mission. The ingenuity required to develop a product like that and the amount of care that goes into its day-to-day production really aligns very well with our mission statement. Our manufacturing team knows our product's end purpose is to aid patients. So in that, every step that they take of every day is to make sure that our products are of the highest quality. I'm very proud that the Accutrax screw has been trusted over 2 million times, and I can speak for the entire manufacturing team knowing that every single one of them is very proud of the product that we're putting out. And quite frankly, we're looking forward to the next milestone because we know that's the reason that we come to work every day.
The Accutrax screw is still the only continuously variable thread pitch headless compression screw on the market. Acumed has been producing the Accutrack family of headless compression screws for over 30 years. We focus our manufacturing teams, equipment, systems, and processes on delivering products to their desired specifications with state-of-the-art materials at a competitive price. Innovative solutions like the Accutrax screw family underscore Acumed's commitment to both surgeons and patients. Together, we can improve patient outcomes and quality of life.